Hello everybody, this is Glassbead. It is the second day of Srcbook. Technically, if you live in Hawaii or you are seasteading in the Pacific Ocean somewhere. I'm doing this video apparently from a house party in Dresden. At any rate, let's dive into it. So, I had run over this in the previous video, but just to recap, Srcbook is a TypeScript-centric app development platform with two products. There's the AI app builder, which we'll be using for most of these things, and there's a TypeScript notebook. It's a Jupyter-style notebook, TypeScript-native, some really cool AI features, stateless cells versus the stateful cells in Jupyter notebooks, some interesting possibilities there. So, it's that version of Srcbook that I actually first became familiar with, and what I was thinking about was a problem that a lot of JavaScript developers, TypeScript developers, have when developing LangGraph applications, which is that a lot of the documentation for LangChain's ecosystem, just on a popularity basis, favors Python. It's last time I checked, at least 10 times more popular than the JavaScript implementation. Excuse me. So, some of the documentation, just the thoroughness tends to be uneven between the Python and JS SDKs in the LangChain ecosystem. And I was looking at Srcbook as a means of addressing that gap in some way. So, I thought I might go ahead and do this with the documentation for LangChain Academy, and specifically for LangGraph Academy, which all of the tutorials are in Python. So I figured I might create some TypeScript resources for the modules that they have. So let's just start out with the basics here. So, an introduction, as you might expect from the name Basics. And I've got Srcbook running here, which I was running through this earlier, but let's go ahead and do it from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to generate notebook. I'm going to say convert the following Jupyter notebook into a Srcbook. And we're going to hit generate. And this will take 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe. So the idea here is that originally when I was trying to do this, I was doing it through just a long script that I was writing in a code editor. And it was suggested, actually, I think by Nick at Srcbook, that it might be easier just to one-shot it. So what we'll do here is we'll install our dependencies using this little package icon over in the left-hand nav bar. And by the way, if you want to see the instructions for how to run this local first version on your own computer, you can either use npx, which they recommend, or you can use Docker, which has some cool uses that we will get to later in the series. So it looks like that's still installing. So something else I'll need to do for this example is I'll need to enable my Tavily API key and my OpenAI API key. And what that's going to do is, essentially what you're able to access here through the process.env, you can enable or disable it here in the secrets, I guess here in the secrets icon, but this navigation window here. And you can add those secrets over here, just kind of in the main page. And conveniently, it'll go ahead and obscure them, but you can add, some secret name and secret, and that'll be accessible. So back to the source book. So the first thing that I want to do is just to see, essentially if it runs. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks good. Looks good, and I think that's going to be a Punycode deprecated. Yep. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. Oh, man. Oh, that's fun. That's good. All right, so we're going to run this. So we're getting our output from Tavily here. Just in the form of, it looks like an array of objects. And there we go. So we've got a system message. We've got a human message. User, can you explain what LangChain is? And it's giving this to us. So this is cool. So it's definitely running. So what I can do here is I can download that file, and then I can just go to GitHub and essentially start uploading that in a repository, which I'll be doing piecemeal, so the JavaScript community with LangGraph can have some resources there when it comes to LangChain Academy. So this is a cool use for Srcbook, just kind of speaking generally, when you're looking to convert Jupyter notebooks, which obviously usually have Python code, and convert that into documentation for a JavaScript TypeScript implementation. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Thanks.